I keep hearing people coming home. And like just doors opening and closing in various locations. Okay, we got the breakthrough card. So to me, that's like there's something popping off. These cards smell old. They are. These are probably from the time that they were purchased. I don't know. Does this store even still exist over here? Oopsies. Oopsies. Okay. Blackjack. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. 32 doors. 32 doors. 21. Again. From 21, I'm getting something like, I don't know if it's 21 days or like 10 days that feel like 1 week, which would be 7, and that's like literally, what the fuck? Holy shit. Okay. This card is giving me like yeah, queen, but like with the diamonds, like something about protection in the spotlight. Oh. The 32 doors have been narrowed down to like 3 or 4, which is amazing. That's a really big cut that was needed to be made. This is what came out. And so I'm kind of getting like it's making me think of like two witches, like the light and the dark, wicked type vibes. Maybe growing up as a child, you resonated with a certain character that you are obviously capable of being both. I guess you could, it leans into like that, oh, you know, you're always the bad guy in somebody's story. And something about that, something about embracing that is attracting in different opportunities. Realizing you can play any role that you want. That something about permission. Giving yourself permission. $28. Giving yourself permission to enjoy all that you have created, and just because you learn new information doesn't mean that you have to total everything. You don't have to do a whole demolition. Obviously, how you run your external world is how you run your internal world. But not getting caught up in the hold up. Ooh. This is a really powerful reading. It's giving it's overdue, but I don't care. It's overdue, but I'm gonna take care of myself first. It's overdue, but I'll just pay the fee. Like, it's overdue, but I'm no less responsible. If not, I am more responsible to myself than to what is overdue. Not everybody might get this one. In the moments where you feel like squeezing the lemon, when you ask yourself the right questions, you will often remember that the thing that you want to do that you feel like you can't do right now, it's just because you've already done it. You've already done it. Go look through your collections. Go look through your work. Go look through your notes. Go look through your receipts. Like something. Like there's something that you've already done, that you've already like mastered, and okay. It is now time for it to be shown. How interesting. Endurance is coming through. Ooh. Lots of earth and fire energies, like real warmth. It's giving fire in the Sahara. your power comes from not knowing. Like if you were to look inside of a battery, it would be nothingness. The void charges you. The void is a great conductor of electricity. Okay. I was like, what am I supposed to say about these cards this time? But I get it. Okay. This past energy that I was feeling lately, like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And as I was picking off the bricks and rebuilding this new structure, adding sparkles, adding paint, I realized that the reason I felt so antsy, ants and the way they interact, their strength, their endurance is really relevant at this time. Everything that I was feeling, the reason why I was getting so upset is because that energy times like 200 is what is the energy that I grew in. That is the energy that I had to learn how to sustain myself in. And there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, I might not, like, this might be it. Like, you always think that you reach a point where you're like, yeah, I'm never gonna give up. And then it's like, you know what? Like, what's the fucking point? So what I reconnected with was that part of me that would swing that what's the point to the other side of like, yeah, what is the point? What is the point? There is none. So just being able to show up as you wish, being able to be as you wish. It's like when people tell you they're so sick of you and fed up with you and they're annoyed with you that you don't know nothing to just shut the fuck up your whole life. When they're the ones that need to shut the fuck up because they're talking over you. It's a training camp. It's a training cramp. It's a training cramp. How do we relieve cramps? Magnesium, massage, water, electrolytes, sometimes salt, and sometimes sugar. Okay, I get it. Sugar. Everyone is so like, gotta watch my sugar, or like growing up. Oh my God, that Twitch was insane. That hasn't happened in a minute. It was just like a jolt. Sugar, 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 sugar. There are good sugars, there are bad sugars, there are different types of sugars, there are different types of, well, yeah, I guess I don't want to call them fake sugars. Like, they're still sugars. And so, getting to try the sugars, getting to feel the energy of the different sugars. Like, being in a candy shop and trusting that you can try the things to figure out what you want. And if you don't get to try all of them, that's okay. But you're allowed to choose what type of sugar, what level of sweetness you would like to intake. That's gonna change. It's not always gonna be like super the same, but what stays consistent is the communication and the support for when you need more sugar or when you need more salt. Good Lord. What is it that we say? The brain is moving faster than the mouth. Because intuition, dream, radiance. Because you hold yourself to such a high standard, sometimes you may feel restricted by your own morals, by your own ideologies. And that is when I'm going to encourage you to dive deeper into that aspect, not to change or to heal or improve, but to find out your why. Because if you know your why, then you're more easily able to discern between your own structure and what is truly betraying yourself and your ideologies, your morals, your religions, if you do that. Does that make sense? If you understand your why, you don't have to know the how. If you understand your why, then your what is revealed in the distance. Somebody's here. What? How can I help you? Oh, shit. Brada came in fucking swinging right now. Holy fuck. Okay. You don't gotta, like, care about everybody's life. Sometimes death is a spiritual protection for all. Humans don't need to enact that. But sometimes they are vessels for that. However, if you are coming from a nonviolent boundary, which would probably be a little bit more beneficial, you can be like, the world would be a better place without this person. But to realize the power behind your words and what you're saying, And to also acknowledge that the conversations and some of the things that are coming up would not have happened without that. Not saying that it needed to happen, this or that, blah, blah, blah. But life is life. You don't gotta care about every single life. You don't have to give every single life or creation. You don't have to give them the same amount of energy. This symbol offering symbolizes deeply walking in alignment, and it also symbolizes like deep respect. So how can you respect someone you don't give a fuck about? Without betraying yourself or just like giving them a pass. You could say that, I guess, as well. Wow, holla holla for a fucking dollar. Respecting yourself leads to respect of others. We know that. That is my ledge. I'm trying to create the bridge. Some family think that just because of blood, they are owed something by you. Blood and love are two separate things. If they expect you to care for them because you're blood, but they passed all of that wounding onto you through their blood, and so they want you to clean up their mess, all 3 or 4 of them, and then dance for another coin. That's not happening. You respect their journey, you respect what they've been through, but you also respect what you've been through. And so it's not to keep showing up and be a constant karma. You do that as you're called. But if somebody's not happy alone, they're not going to know how to treat you. If that is not an environment you would like to be in all of the time, then that's fine. Because if they didn't want to listen to your needs, to what you were trying to say, if they left you to suffer, putting their needs over yours, it is okay to let them suffer while you maintain yourself. You are in tune with your internal karma. You are fully capable of correcting yourself. realigning yourself. Fully capable. And if you are capable, so are others. Really respecting yourself in order to truly respect yourself and be able to have that unconditional patience and recognition of life within all other forms of life is to almost pick yourself apart and really look at each individual piece of yourself and not in like a comparison-y way of like judgment, but like a find the difference of two computer parts. It doesn't mean that one of them is better than the other, but their specialties may be different, blah, blah, blah. You guys have heard me talk about that before. This is what I mean. Okay. Cascading around like imperfection. Okay, cause true acceptance, you could say, would be accepting that there are no imperfections, that everything is just kind of almost like a cycle or a pattern. It's like when you get a bug, like if a bug lands in your drink and sometimes you'll like pour out a little bit, doing offerings to the land, to yourself, offerings to your own body. Your body doesn't always crave stuff because like, oh, you're addicted to junk food or you're addicted to sugar. Like, if you know that you are pretty balanced and take good care of yourself, when you crave something that is like, maybe you just deserve that treat, that reward. Maybe you want to be reminded of where you came from or how that food makes you feel in order to find more options that are like that. To help you get in touch. I'm seeing like dewdrops on grass. Put your own emotional needs first, your own physical needs first, is not selfish, and it's not uncompassionate. Putting yourself first is what fuels the compassion. When we are showing up with compassion to people who do not show us compassion, we are showing them through action that this is possible. Sometimes, though, those people are just like fed the fuck up and need a break. So we hold space for them too. Thanks, brother. What the fuck? My actual actually be my brother. You are an opportunity. You yourself are an opportunity. How you would wish the world would see the world, you can create that inside. People learn through action. And once you've created it for yourself, you're able to go back and bring whoever the fuck you want.